Hi everyone, welcome to Wrist Hunt and thanks for watching my video. I have started this channel so that I can share my experience with various watches that I've personally owned, as well as provide an avenue for watch lovers like me to get a take on the choices of watches they're considering. So today I will be bringing to you a watch that has an in-house automatic movement and that costs below $500. So you must be wondering, what watch can cost less than $500 and still have an in-house automatic movement? And it is none other than a Seiko. So I know it's quite cliche to say that a Seiko has a in-house automatic movement, but the fact that Seiko provides a good automatic movement that they create themselves for below $500 or an affordable price range is remarkable. And I think, this is a good starter piece for people who are considering to jump over from their quartz watches or electronic watches to an automatic movement watch as well. So this is one of those watches that I got when I first got my automatic movement, and it was about 5 years ago, and I ended up selling it off to change for another dial variation, but I came back to this as well in about 2018, and I thought that this watch is a keeper. It has an amazing value proposition, and you must be wondering what watch it is. It is the Seiko SARB035. This is one of the Seiko SARB series watches, which is a Japan domestic model, and I think this is one of the best bang per buck watch that you can buy. So this model comes in 3 dial variations. We have the SARB033 in black dial, the SARB035 in white dial, as well as the very famous or infamous Seiko Alpinist, which is in the green dial variation. So taking a look at what's inside the box, we have the tag that says the SARB035, and this watch has a 6R15 movement, which specs are between plus 25 seconds to minus 15 seconds, which I find very impressive. And it also has anti-magnetic movement as well, so that is amazing. Wow, look at that white dial, very beautiful. And this has a solid clasp as well with the Seiko logo in it. And one of the very great things about this watch is how neatly it has been done. One of the things that I like is the polishing, and as well as the chamfering. If you can see here, the chamfering has the satin brush finishing as well as the polish finishing, which has this step up, which is done not to be confused with a general chamfering of the oyster case, but this chamfering has this step up kind of design, which is done on very high-end Seiko models. So that has given this the name of the Baby Grand Seiko, because this Seiko looks very similar to the Grand Seiko. One of the things that I found very impressive about this watch and has got me to buy this watch and first look at this watch is how simplistic the layout is, and how everything is very well done. And you can see it also has a sign crown and a display case back as well. Let me try and get a better view of this. So it has a solid clasp. As you can see, it's not those stamped out clasp. It is a solid milled out clasp. This clasp also has a twin push trigger system, so it is very secure. It has never come out on my wrist before, and it's easy to open and close as well. So it is really good for a daily wear and a dressy watch that you can always put on your wrist, especially with the bracelet. And if you want a more casual feel, you can always remove the bracelet and replace it with the leather strap or a NATO strap. It works really well. Let me try and get a good angle of the case back here. Okay, so As you can see, it has a display case back which tells us it's got 23 jewels. It's a 10 bar water resistant, which I feel quite impressive for a dress watch. And again, you know, we can see the quality right here with each of those solid links for the bracelet. I'm really impressed by the bracelet here because it has a very solid feel, and at the same time, you know, with this at this price point, look at that workmanship that we're getting. The 6R15D is a very well regulated movement. As we went through just now, it has good specs of between 15 seconds. I've never had more than 5 seconds loss each day, so it has been running really well. So here, let me try and set the time. So it has a hacking, so you can see that the second hand stops, and it's a hand winding as well, and you have the quick set date as well, which means you can set the date without actually turning the hour hands. There you go, almost there. And yes, the date changes. So very impressive, very smooth movement. I've had this for 3 years and it has been very smooth. Very good daily beater. And you can see the quick set date change here. Very smooth clicks. One of the impressive things I like about these seconds hands, as you can see, it looks like a needle. So, you know, that needle makes this watch look very sharp, especially when you're wearing it like a dress watch. It gives the impression that this is a very sharp watch. It goes very well with a suit and tie. And, you know, let me take my gloves off for this. There is also 2 pins here. You can adjust the watch by, you know, if it's too tight for you, you can move it to the second pin. So that this mini adjustments here, you can move that using a toothpick actually, but I got a screwdriver, just push it through with a pin and you're good to go. So for the wrist shot, very snug fit, and the diameter of this watch is 38mm, which fits very well on my 6.5-inch wrist. So the height of this watch is about 12mm, slightly less than 12mm, so it doesn't stick that much out. It has very good proportions, and look at that bracelet again. I just want to show you that brush and polishing that it has, that polishing at the edges. Really impressive. What more can I say? For under $500, this watch really gives you bang for your buck. And coming back to the dial, we are able to see the small tiny little markers that are all around the watch, and the second hand really traces each one of those markers, and that is very beautiful when you look at it. You know, all of the alignment here is perfectly done. So Seiko nowadays has this problem where there's a lot of misalignments that you find for the cheaper, or I would say, you know, the more value for money watches. But you know, right here for this JDM, it has done perfectly well. There is no misalignment. Each marker is very well aligned to the chapter ring here, so that really is a sign of quality here for this watch. Let me bring that back into focus. Alright, now for a night shot. Usually dress watches do not have lume, but this watch, it has lume. I'm using a UV light to bring out that lume, and you can see each one of those hour markers have a lume to it. It's very beautiful. That and you know, at this price point, they didn't need to put this lume in here. They put in a super luminova. If you're going to go into a movie theater, you want to look at the time, this watch, you can definitely tell the time. You'll be able to look at it because both the hour hand and the minute hand has the lume. So thanks a lot everyone for watching my video today. I hope I have shown you a very good quality watch, and you know, if you haven't gotten your hands on the SARB035, I think now is a good chance for you to grab it while it's still out there in the market. And I can tell you, below $500, below $600, you are really getting your money's worth for this watch. And let me know if you have any other watches you would like to be talking about. Thank you.